Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Next week is the last life of our lives.
Last what?
Next week is the last week of our life.
Last life of our lives sounds very much like what is it? The people who make Guilty Gear, they have very long, very Japanese openings.
I was going to say it sounds like a daytime soap opera or something that like our grandparents have been watching for 40 years.
The last life of our life. I mean, that kind of sums up Zereth Mortis. Hey, I'm Slidewhistle. What's up?
I'm Immunization for now, at least, until I'm the end of my life.
And I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. It's the lice last of our lives. Things are gonna get itchy.
I'm actually no longer Immunization. I'm just a single lice now.
Man, we got lice in the afterlife. This sucks. This beans.
The after lice, if you will.
You know, I never got lice as a kid. I hope I'm not cursing myself.
I think I got it like once, maybe. I don't super remember. Like, I remember having lice, maybe, but then not really being itchy, just being like, oh, this is inconvenient. And then the next week, it's like, okay, this has been remedied.
I don't think I ever had lice either, but I distinctly remember all of my like second grade class being sent home from school for like 2 or 3 days because there was an infestation in the school that was so bad. But then I just got to play Pokemon for like 2 days straight, so I was happy.
Do you think Zoval had lice, and that's why he's bald and has no discernible body hair? You know,
yeah,
they shaved him down.
He had to take the as told by Ginger approach, where he had to get rid of all of his hair, and he's like, "No, Mom, Janet will think I'm so lame," and it's like, we have to get this taken care of, Zovi.
Honestly, Janet wasn't that far off from the truth, though. Heyo.
Do you think he had like a second round of the lice as an adult, and that's the real reason he was banished to the mall?
It's like, it's one thing when you're 10. It's another thing when you're 10 million, Zoval. You should know what to do.
Although it wasn't even like 10 million, it was like, Zoval, you're 35 years old. Go down there to the mall. You're banished. You nasty. I also realized we need to figure out what we are going to abbreviate the raid to. We're not calling this thing by its fucking Christian Sepultura, the first one's full name.
I say like even if we just use one word of it, we can just really quickly say sepulcher.
Sepulcher. Ugh, God, it'd have to be like SFO, Cepho. Yeah, we're going to Cepho later.
It could just be softs, like sepulcher of first ones, because like normally you take out the T in the abbreviation, so like just SOFS. But then like you normally drop the O too, so SFS. SFO? No, just never mind. I'm all messed up here.
I'm probably just gonna call it soft. Yeah, we're going to soft.
Well, because
we're running soft later.
What does the abbreviation check out to? SO sepulcher of the first ones. So. Sochfo?
It would technically Sotfs.
Ugh.
Or no. I'm sorry. Sotfo.
Ew. Gross.
Sotfo. I kind of dig it though.
I did hear Starting Zone. Starting Zone did call it Sofo, and that just feels too easy. We want to take the hard way around. We want to make our life difficult and stupid.
We could just call it Sfo. So like sepulcher
Sfo.
First one, Sfo.
Sfo? Okay, I'm vibing with Sfo. What if we call that Seppi? Seppi, we're going to Seppi.
Ooh, what if we called it Giuseppe, the funny little Italian man who lives by the dock? We're going to go visit Giuseppe.
You can't see me, but just know that I'm doing the hand gesture.
I can hear Aaron doing two of them. And when the moon hits your eye, it's Seppi. The first ones, no. The last one, no. I don't know. There's like not really much to work with. Sepulchre were the first ones.
The final raid. The last raid. And then I'm going to be like, okay, I get it.
I think I'm officially going to throw my vote behind the Seppi.
The Seppi. People are gonna be mad at us
Seppi.
though. People are gonna be mad when we call up that like in raid and like
Especially because it's gonna get to a point where it's not like a goof anymore. Like, ha ha ha, the Seppi. It'll be like, oh, we were going through the Seppi the other day. Like, wait, what? What happened there?
We also would need a distinct sound effect whenever we say it. So because like that was very
just a little the little Italian roll, like the Seppi.
No, because then there'd be the whole podcast would just be little Italian sounds. Like we would never stop saying it.
I mean, to be fair, for a while there, like we used the Saudis clip a lot too.
I was just about to say, yeah, I had COMP by COMP play in the back whenever we would say Saudis, and then I did it one time, and I did it like 13 times in an episode. I was like, okay, that's over then.
The Seppi. I think at this point it's already official. I feel like.
I mean, we can sleep on it. We still have a few weeks before we're able to step foot into the Seppi. So
yes, if I remember correctly, we were very set on Bofa for Battle for Dazar'alor. Yeah, we were, and then like the next week we were like, it's just Daza. So who knows what will happen when we actually see it, but for right now it sounds like we're pretty stuck on this Seppi.
I think people slept on Daza. They should have used Daza. Why didn't they use Daza?
Dazza.
Ice Witch. Damn, bitch.
Get him.
Like, why?
Who are you, Miss Troll? Who are you to be throwing that kind of shade at Miss Jaina Proudmoore? Ice Witch. She's just like, oh, you turned me into an icicle.
I mean, it's a very iconic voice line, though. We still quote it to this day, so that's something for her.
I also love that it's so iconic. So like I've been doing just casual some stuff like on alts and whatnot, and I had another character run through. Oh my god, my fart smells so fucking bad, guys. Hang on, give me a second to get some air here. Oh, wait!
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just being 28. Now I'm officially old. The last few days, I've been laying down some serious stinkers, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, I feel like I haven't been eating anything different, but I've just been like tooting, and I'm like, oh, that is repugnant.
Well, okay, so then what is Slidewhistle's excuse? Because this has been, like, his problem basically his entire life, I feel.
Nah, this is different. I'm feeling the same as Aaron. I'm like, I didn't even eat that much today. I had, like, is my body eating itself? Trash, consuming trash, producing trash.
Oh, snap. Are you doing that thing where you put healthy person's poop inside your poop tract to make you digest better?
Honestly, I should do that. It's crazy that the gut is a second brain. That's a truth. Your gut is a second brain with how it works. You know what? That's for a DNR After Dark episode. Also, if you're not subscribed to our Patreon, we're laying down some crazy ass bonus episodes where we take people's random suggestions and we put them in a randomizer and we will talk about them no matter what it is.
Yeah, if you are not subbed to the Patreon, you have, and it's not a big number, but there's at least like an hour and a half to 2 hours that you are missing out on, unless one of them is stealing the content, which I sure hope they're not.
I mean, like, I actually am really proud of these episodes too. I've had fun doing them. So yeah, thank you guys for the questions. Love you, Patreons. Patrons? I always want to call them Patreons. They're patrons, right? Is that what the official name is?
They are patrons. Patreon sounds like a spell you would, like Harry Potter would cast for his little deer to come out. But that's Patronus. That's what I was thinking about. Anyway, back to what I was trying to talk about before I distracted myself. So it's so annoying because you can't skip the Ardenweald story time play, right? Right?
Like when you're first joining the Covenant type deal?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can skip that. I'm like 90% sure.
I don't know if you can. How do you skip it? Because if you can, it's not easily available to be like, there's not a skip button.
I mean, and I've only ever done it on... It's weird, because I don't remember having to do it on Growl, and when I did it on Randleman, he was like a child, so it's like, well, yeah, I'm going to do it, it gives me experience. But I don't remember there being like a, I've seen this play button.
Because I'm thinking of maining my druid and having Alan, my unholy death knight, be my alt. And so I was getting Alan set. I took him. I got his Night Fae renown and almost maxed out because Night Fae is better than Mythic Plus as of 9.2. And so I had to do the amphitheater thing again. And I was like, why? Where is the skip button? Was I going too fast? Maybe I missed it. So I was forced to sit through the amphitheater once again.
I'm like 90% sure when you first join the Covenant and you're like following Moonberry up to the giant tree, she has an option for you to like say like, oh, I've already seen this before, and then just skip like join the Covenant, I think. Because I also like did this on my priest because I got her max renown a few weeks ago, and I distinctly don't think I saw the play on her, and that was only a few weeks ago. I feel like I would have remembered it.
That has to be true then, because I feel like if that wasn't true, there would be a lot more outcry for why am I forced to watch this 10-minute thing? And that was me when I started. I was like, why do I have to fucking watch this again? But then I was so happy I watched it again because it's so good. And the detail they put into this, I know we've already talked about this multiple times, but it's so good. The fact that the Ice Witch line is even in there. Like the enemy person who's fighting Jaina says, Ice Witch. And I'm like, whoa, okay. And it's just so iconic. That was literally all I wanted to talk about.
I mean, that means that Blizzard also knows that it's iconic. It's not just us that is quoting it all the time.
And that makes me happy to know that there are people walking around like a business office being like, Ice Witch to each other as they do their work. How do we get hired at Blizzard? I think we would make a great work environment. We would get our work done, and we'd make a joke.
That's the only unfortunate thing, though, is I do know that their work structure now, they allow you to work from home, which is great for the employees, but bad for me because I want to go to Ian's office and like lay a hot fart outside of it and be like, oh no, he's eating pears again.
He'd be like,
now when I fart, it's just at my house. I'm like, do you smell it, Steve? And Steve's like, sorry, can't. I'm too busy.
Ian's like, did Growl hit age 28 because his farts are beginning to smell really rancid?
I remember when he was walking around here as a young 27-year-old, they were fresh as a daisy. Now, that old man is a big stinker.
So, everyone knows about the 27 club, but like the little known 28 club is when you turn 28, apparently your farts will stink very badly for the rest of your life.
Everyone's in it. Everyone who makes it past 27 is unfortunately in the 28 club.
Your body immediately spoils itself. It just starts putting out the most rancid gas. What are we talking about? Why is this the fart episode?
It may have been like 1,000 years, but your body is still used to the olden days when you couldn't live past 24. So you hit your 28th birthday and they're like, damn, you're still doing this thing? I'm starting to shut the lights down.
I guess now this is as good a time as ever to talk about whenever we do a Theater of Pain, there's this big abomination that's like stitched together, and he does that move where he vomits and farts, which we talked about before, I'm pretty sure. But Minnie, who's normally like our tank, every single time the abomination is going to be like fart and vomit cone. He goes, look out, Taco Bell. And I'm like, Taco Bell? And then immediately, like just a gas comes out from the front and back of this guy. And I'm like, why do you always say Taco Bell?
So this is another thing I've been thinking about a lot lately. I, as our resident Taco Bell stan, I've never had like an experience where I eat Taco Bell and then like shit myself like everyone says.
You know what?
So I don't know if that's like a me thing. Like I don't get meat there, so maybe that's part of it. But
no. And I'm very glad because I was going to also say it. I was going to say I don't mean to discredit people. Maybe you get like a bad toot, but I've never in my history of eating Taco Bell, and I've eaten it pretty regularly since I was like 6. Have had the boo-boos from it.
Yes.
I've certainly never, it's never made me throw up.
Yes.
But I know people are like, oh, you go in there and you get the bloody shits. And I'm like, maybe that's a you problem, friend.
I'm like, dude, you have undiagnosed IBS if you are shitting your brains out from eating Taco Bell, or I think there's a very large sect of Americans that are lactose intolerant and don't know it and / don't care and choose to engage in Taco Bell's food and then slanders them later by saying, I spent all night on the toilet, Marie. Can you believe this? Taco Bell and me fart.
And it's like, it's so bad because I'm gonna come out here. I love Taco Bell. It's probably not. It's like only like 30% real food, but like it's
Not anymore.
Allegedly. Oh yeah, they did put out that big press release that it was like, everyone, it's 2015. The beef is real. And I was like, I've been eating this since 2002, but go off, King.
What was before 2015 Taco Bell? Please tell me.
No, I mean, they said it was like...
That reminds me, like a DNR Variety Hour. When you go to Subway now, they have a QR code that you scan, and it's just thefishisreal.com. And it's like, it is an enormous website. I spent, no lie, 15 minutes scrolling through this thing, just being like, they'll tell you that our fish isn't real. They looked at a bad batch of fish.
So, okay, so this is just circle back to the Taco Bell thing. Maybe I like hallucinated and made this up, but I'm like 90% certain that like the reason it wasn't considered real beef before is because they used, correct me if I'm wrong, was it sand filler or something crazy like that?
I have never heard of sand in my burritos. They got the sand in the potato salad. I don't think...
I just open my Crunchwrap Supreme and that just dust starts falling out. Oh man, I put the asbestos in there.
Wasn't there like a horse problem? It wasn't a problem, but like a rumor. I feel like Taco Bell's been slandered by my people, Mexicans, who think that it's not real Mexican food, which, duh, it's not. But like, it's still a fucking good-ass taco.
Right. I mean, like, okay, so we've successfully slandered Taco Bell enough, but I do love it. It is my favorite fast food. And yes, our guild does refer to the vomit/shitting himself abomination in Theater of Pain as doing the Taco Bell. And every time without fail, it does make me laugh, so I don't know.
Because he times it so well that he says, look out, Taco Bell, and 0.2 seconds later, and I'm like, ugh. Why does he have to vomit and shit himself? Why did they make that a mechanic?
He also revealed to us last week or somewhat recently that like, I guess, I didn't notice this until he said it, but now I've like been noticing it all the time that like whenever anyone in raid says balls, Minnie just goes balls. And then like his kid also has picked up on this. So a few times when we were in dungeon groups, I've noticed it too. Like we just hear his kid yelling in the background, balls.
yeah, it's always happens on Spires of Ascension because there are those big blue balls that get sucked into the robot, and Minnie would go balls, and I'm like, why does he do that? And he literally he purposely had his kid. He goes, all right, say it, and he just said balls, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, kid, get out of here.
He would have had a great time in Temple of Sethrolis.
Oh,
I feel like that was a very energy ball heavy environment.
Or the Gahoon fight when you were literally playing.
Oh yeah, you gotta pass your balls between each other.
Okay, guys, hold up. I'm thinking maybe next week. Well, maybe not next week. Somebody write this down in the notebook. We should rank the best balls mechanics. I feel there's a lot of balls mechanics we could go through. Who's got the best balls? Who has the worst balls?
Best ball mechanics, and then we can just put it on there. Best balls. I'll put it on the YouTube and get immediately community strike.
Wait, we should. I'm down to rank the top 10 best ball mechanics in World of Warcraft. We can be those. We can be those people making content like that.
Number 7, the bridge in Temple of Sethrolis. It's like it's a pride parade out there. The sheer amount of balls coming at you.
Number 5, that one boss in that Draenor Fiery Dungeon. Those big balls roll at you from the front and then from the back.
Whoa! Roll tail coming in at number 5.
Wait, we could. What if we did that? We made the videos serious, like we made them sound like we were not kidding, and we did that voice the entire time. I think we're onto something here. This is gold. Okay. Well, okay. Listen. I'm gonna pull a time warp, except it's not a time warp. It's a different. What is that? What was that?
Oh, you said it was not a time warp. I was doing the screaming, but it was very reserved. But then you said it wasn't, so I was like, oh, never mind.
It was giving big Kingdom Hearts Clayton, not Clayton. I was like, are you being Kerchak over there?
Clayton, not Clayton.
It's time for What's That Achievement? I don't know what I'm calling this. It's a pretty loose game. I don't really...
Chivos.
Chivos, baby.
A fresh bowl of Chevios.
GVOOs.
Okay, don't look over here. This is a very loose game that I'm making up on the fly. I thought it'd be fun. I found this website called Data for Azeroth. I don't know how accurate it is. I'm sure people know about it. But it tracks your character's progress in like achievements, mounts, pets, titles, reps, recipes, quests, toys, and appearances. I'm sure it has like an opt-in, opt-out system. It's probably not all-encompassing. I'm sure there's lots of problems with it. But it's the best that I can see to look at for rarest achievements, rarest mounts, rarest titles, compared to everybody else who's logged into the system. So, let's play a little game.
Okay.
Okay.
Aaron, I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna give you 3 of your achievements, okay? Which of these do you think...
These are things that I personally have achieved?
You have personally achieved these according to Data for Azeroth.
Okay.
And I will sort them into different categories. With this first one being, what do you think is your most rarest achievement? I'm gonna give you the names of 3 achievements, and you can very clearly ask what that achievement is. I'll probably just tell you because, you know, the name of an achievement doesn't really mean you know what it what it means.
Mm-hmm. I feel.
Okay, so here's your 3 options. Is your rarest achievement Dredger Academy? Train your Ember Court Dredger in the following arts of butlery. Or is it Tour of Duty Ardenweald? Earn 1,000 honor in Ardenweald while in war mode. Or is it Knowledge is Power? Defeat the Guardian of the First Ones after enlightening and defeating Viziron the Seeker in the Sanctum of Domination.
I am going to have to go with the Dredger Butler one. I feel like that is an underappreciated art.
You are correct. Dredger Academy, less than 1% of people have this achievement according to this
I can believe
website.
it. People went hot and heavy with the Ember Court, like the opening month, and we're a year later. Not a lot of people are doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if that was Ember Court related.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think Tour of Duty Ardenweald's percentage is at for players who own this achievement?
I thought it was 0%. I didn't think I had it.
It's 3% of players have this achievement. 3% of players, according to Data for Azeroth, which again, you can opt in and opt out. I don't really know how this works. That's pretty fucking low for getting 1,000 honor in war mode.
I can believe it. I'll talk about it later, but I was doing some war mode stuff, and the little amount of war mode participants made me sad.
Oh no, was it that bad?
I put out a what's it called? The name of the quest, and no one joined. For the 30 minutes I was in Korthia, not a single person was also doing it.
I would have joined. 1 point to Aaron. All right,
Yay!
Immune, you're up next. Is your rarest achievement Field Medic? Come to the aid of all wounded travelers across the Broken Isles. Not obtainable anymore. Is it Fractured Fairy Tales? Return the following lost books to Ardenweald. Or is it Something for Everyone? Unlock the following amenities for your Ember Court.
This is hard. I feel like all of them are honestly probably pretty rare. I am tempted to say the Field Medic one because, as you said, no one can get it anymore. But I don't know if that doesn't mean that there's still a high percentage of people who got it before it went away. I was one of the people who got it because it was going away. Fuck. I didn't even know that the Ardenweald Book 1 was a thing until the other, like a month ago when we decided to do some achieves. And I was like, oh, this one's easy enough. And then, as Aaron established, the Ember Court is a lost art, and I just got that one this week. Although I almost entirely got the Ember Court one just passively. I feel like that's probably the easiest one. So I am going to go with the Field Medic one.
The answer was something for everyone. The Ember Court one. 1% of players have achieved this. 1.1775%.
That's so... It's like Immune said. No one tries to get those because it's just doing the Ember Court. So it's just that people stopped doing it a long time ago.
Yeah, and I only this week started trying to get some of my Ember Court achievements because I was like, oh, fuck. I mean, it's a little bit of a downtime, and I want to eventually get the Party Herald, and then I'm like, oh, this one I'm, like, very close to getting. There's only one thing left I have to grab, and I don't know, like, it's very easy that people probably won't see this. I should have guessed it. Part of me said to guess it. Fuck.
For reference, Field Medic has 3% of players that have it. It's actually 3.1% of players have Field Medic. And Fractured Fairy Tales is 2.6% of players have this. Wow, some really, like, again, I don't know how accurate this shit is, but I feel like at a base level, that's pretty crazy. That's a pretty easy achievement, but people overlook what's in their logs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also I should have known that it was the Covenant specific one, because a lot of people have probably just stuck to their original Covenant as well, so that rules out like 3/4 of the most casual player base, I would say.
Okay, now this one's for both of you guys. Feel free to answer whenever you feel like it. This is for me, and my rarest achievement is Nemesis Orc Slayer. Complete the quest Nemesis Orc Slayer at the Gladiator Sanctum. Is it Now You're Just Showing Off Season 2? Defeat the following rare brawl bosses during the Draenor campaign. This is in the Brawlers Guild. Yes. Or is it Azeroth's top 20 tunes? Collect 20 music rolls for your garrison's jukebox.
This is for both of us?
Yeah, well, both of you can answer for me. What's my rarest achievement?
I feel like, I feel like this whole thing was brought up because of the thing you did most recently. So I'm going to say Nemesis Orc Slayer is your rarest achievable.
I am going to say that it's the... Okay, so the other one was the Garrison music tunes, and then what was the third one?
Azeroth's top 20 tunes, 20 music rolls for Garrison's Jukebox, or Now You're Just Showing Off Season 2. Defeat the following rare brawl bosses during the Draenor campaign. And it is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 bosses.
This is hard because I feel like this is the perfect compilation of things that not a lot of people do. Like all of these achievements. And it's probably within a few percent, but I'm going to guess the Garrison tunes.
The answer was, surprisingly, Now You're Just Showing Off, the Brawlers Guild one. Only 1% of players completed this, and you can no longer achieve this one. And I'm like, you just gotta kill 12 bosses in the Brawlers Guild. That's it. What the fuck? It's 12 special bosses, so like you have to like pay money to get a card to get them. But I'm like, this isn't hard. Anyone could have done this.
It was also WoD though, and like 1% of players even stuck around in WoD.
It's just for fun. Did you guys know that Conqueror of Azeroth, which we all have, right? Aaron, do you have Conqueror of Azeroth? Or
no, I do not.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, Conqueror of Azeroth was just doing like PvP stuff back in the day.
Yeah, it was getting X amount of honor in every zone, and I think I only missed it by like one zone, which is a bummer.
We can still get it. Only 2% of players. It says 2%, but it's actually 1.56. That's pretty fucking low. And it gives you that cool ass, it gives you a title, it gives you a mount. I'm just shocked that more people weren't doing this to get like the stuff. 2 for 1 special, why not?
Yeah,
Okay.
So is that all the questions? Did Aaron win?
No, we're not done yet. We're moving on to mounts, baby, and then we're probably done.
Oh my.
Aaron, what do you think is your rarest mount?
Time lost, Drake.
Hang on. Let me give you the suggestions. Is your rarest mount the Explorer's Jungle Hopper? Is it the Dark Forge Ram? Or is it the Dusky Waycrest Griffin?
Why, it has to be my Jungle Hopper. I feel like not a lot of people were referring friends at that time, and of those friends, not a lot stuck around for one full year.
Aaron, you're also the only person that has the griffins, period.
But something tells me that, like some people bought that one specifically because it was the best looking one. Now, if you said all 3 to 4 of them, yes, that would be my rarest. But I'm still going to say my jungle hopper.
You have 14 mounts that are rarer than your jungle hopper.
Wow, really?
Your answer was actually the Dark Forge Ram, which is the paladin mount, I believe, for Dark Iron paladins, if I'm correct in this guess.
I don't own one of those, so
It says you have it.
My only Dark Iron is I made a priest once for one day, and then I have a warlock.
Yeah, it says your account owns the Dark Forge Ram. So either there's some shenanigans on this website, which I would not doubt, or congrats, you have a Dark Iron Ram.
No, you know what it was? You know what fucks me up? Completio. Completio from 12 years ago, he was a paladin. And I think he stepped on this thing once.
There you go. That would do it. Immune, what do you think is your rarest mount?
Okay, hit me with those options.
Is it Conqueror Scythemaw, which you get from Conqueror of Azeroth? Is it the Lightforged Ruin Strider? Or is it Exarch's Elic?
Can you tell me what the second two are from, or no?
Lightforged Ruin Strider, no.
Okay, well, I assume that one is the Lightforge, mount that you get for having a Lightforge or something. And then what was the third one?
Exarch's Elic.
I'm gonna go with the Conqueror of Azeroth one.
Wrong. Conqueror Scythemaw, 3% of people have this, which is actually a little bit more than have the achievement. But it's 2.63. So rounding the numbers is exactly the same. So Blizzard kind of shields their stuff so people can't use this as data. This is kind of proof about that because this number is a percentage higher than was listed for the achievement.
I feel like someone needed to stop the count here.
Hey, the count's gonna keep going. I'm reading the stats. Lightforged Ruin Strider, less than 1% of players have, which I believe. Who's making a Lightforged Draenei Paladin and getting the mount?
Them all.
No, but who's leveling them to get the hair
Okay,
stuff?
up to get.
Think about
I
that.
was about to say, they're all paladins, right?
I mean, the weird thing is, I was like, do I even have one? But then I eternally forget about my, max level pally that's a Lightforge Draenei, so... yeah, no, this one's so rare, apparently, that I forgot that I even got it, so...
Okay, last question. What is my rarest mount? Is mine the Cartel Master's Gear Glider, which you get from Solea in Tazavesh? Is it the Vicious War Mechanostrider, which is the mount that gnomes get? It's like a little gnome robot buddy.
It has the machine gun on the head.
Yeah. Or is it the Vicious War River Beast Hippo from PvP?
I'm gonna have to say River Beast. I'm putting in for River Beast.
The first one was Cartel Master's Gear Glider, which is the Blue Flame mount from Tazavesh from Solea.
I'm gonna guess that one.
Well, that was the answer. Less than 1% of people have Cartel Master's Gear Glider. The one where I said, hey guys, everyone gets a mount, we did it.
Everyone gets this, right? That does make sense, though, because, who goes back into Tazavesh after that first month?
That is so fucking true. There's going to be a lot more drops, I think, and this can drop in, M+. You know what I mean? But, oh, fuck. So, did you just tie it right now?
Yes.
Fuck. Okay. What is my rarest title? Is it Field Medic? Is it Veteran of the Alliance? Or is it the Unstoppable Force?
I'm gonna guess the Unstoppable Force.
I'm gonna guess Veteran of the Alliance.
And with that, Aaron has only 1% of players, according to this website, which I don't think I believe this, have achieved Veteran of the Alliance. I'm assuming what this does is this is probably a newer website that grabs Shadowlands players' data. So if you haven't logged into the game since like probably Legion, it probably doesn't count you in these counts. Because Veteran of the Alliance is like literally reaching a ranking in PvP. There's no way only 1% of players have reached this.
I think it's just saying that Alliance people don't play PvP, which also lines up.
There's not a lot of veterans of the Alliance out there.
Could be true.
They're not out there.
So take your shot, Immune. For reference, when low, the new Water Tiger is at 0% for everybody on this website, which is why I think it probably is a little skewed, right? Because like everyone,
surely enough people have opened when low that it should make a dent.
Yeah, you would think, right? This is a cool website though. Like even if like it's not entirely true, you get an idea, right? Of like what it is. And Aaron, your title that's the rarest is Horde Slayer. Only 4% of players have this.
Interesting. That makes sense because most of my titles are just like kill this boss on hard mode.
What is Grandmaster from? You have a Grandmaster title? It says Wandering Isle.
It's lame. It's just the monk Legion one.
That's a great title,
like
though.
Archmage Illidari.
Oh, what?
Only Wigglestein can use it.
Okay, I'm back with my shot of vodka.
Nice.
I was like perusing the site because I noticed Party Herald's title, and I was like, Immune, why don't you have any Party Herald progress? And then I look at Aaron's achievements, and Aaron has a fuck ton of less than 1% achievements. Literally, if this is accurate, no one's doing Ember Court. You have like
no one's doing Ember Court. Not only is it you can only do it once per week. It's kind of annoying sometimes until you build up enough points like we do.
And it also gets kind of lame, too. Like,
yeah,
boring.
It's also random. So it could be like, you need Stink Pit. And it's like, you just got to week after week hope your little dredger guy thinks of Stink Pit.
Damn, I don't have any, like there are no achievements like that tied to,
Conservatory?
To the Queen's Conservatory. Like, it's just like, put your seeds in and that's it. Alright.
What's my rarest title?
Your rarest title is Conqueror of Azeroth at 3%, followed by Trash Master at 3%, followed by the Proven Healer at 3%. Honestly, you should probably use that one a lot more. That's like a pretty cool one. All mine are PvP. Like, Veteran of the Alliance, Knight Captain, Knight Lieutenant, Conqueror of Azeroth, Orc Slayer. I'm like, okay, well, whatever, I guess.
As the local PvPer.
Like, Field Photographer is so much higher than I thought it would be. And I'm shocked, Aaron, that many people have the Jungle Hopper. People want that fucking thing. People are paying money to get that, like us, like me.
Yeah, I really don't know what. Although I haven't heard as many people talk about like what a cool Jungle Hopper as much as they're like, ooh, I love that Indiana Jones costume. So I feel like people are recruiting for the Indiana Jones costume and then be like, I guess you can stick around for the Hopper.
Yeah, like I just have it now, like, I guess. Okay, so question. I was looking at rarest reps. Mine is Bismo's Brawl Pub, Season 2. Immune's is the League of Arathor, which is PvP. Aaron, yours is Lady Moonberry. Are those actual reps? Are those legit reps, or is that like a fake Ember Court?
Yes. Yes. Well, there's Ember Court
Well, yes
rep.
and yes, I guess.
Yeah. There's an Ember Court rep that you earn, but they each do show up as like a subcategory under that.
This is really cool. So, like, on Wild Seed, it says that I have 11 character reps, but I have 54 account reps. So, of the 54 I have, only 11 are from Wild, because, you know, she's new. She's doing Shadowlands, basically. Immune, who has 37 character reps and 41 account reps. So, most of your reps are on your priest. Aaron over here has got 49 character reps and 52 account reps. All of your reps, except for like 3, are on Growlina. Who's not on Growlina?
That would track. It has to be class-specific stuff. Like, I don't even know, because I guess Iron Forge.
I was going to say it might be like based Classic Alliance reps based on what, like, just like, you know how, like, I don't know, maybe like Wigglestein has like no Morgana, like a head of Growlina or something like that.
He distinctly has Ironforge, because I remember when we were playing in college, it's like, let's all spam Ironforge so we can all get cool goats. Like, he's exalted with Ironforge where she is not, but she's at least friendly with them. I would have to imagine it's just shit like the Wandering Isle people on Wigglestein, or like the guys who stand at the Maelstrom for Randleman, things like that.
That's nuts. And then we have an answer to, like, which Griffin people like the most. People love the Proudmoore Sea Scout. Like, almost 4% of players have
that
it.
One's my least favorite.
Wait, which is your favorite one?
Dusky.
And that one is the least popular. People hate the Dusky. So I hope these are, like, relatively real stats. I worry that they're kind of, like, skewed or whatever, but who knows? That was something.
But, yeah, guys, we have not really addressed the giant elephant mount in the room, and that is that...
the Exarch's Elec is in the room with us.
Yeah, apparently my rarest mount is in the room, and my rarest mount is the fact that 9.2 drops next fucking week, and we got official patch notes earlier today, as if Daddy Ian knew that we were recording tonight.
He said, I will gift you these on your doorstep. You gotta make sure not to address them until minute 47.
Yeah, we were like, yeah, that's whatever. A lot of these things we talked about before, but there are some new stuff slipped in under the table here. Like this change to Tazavesh, which, thank God, for Hildebrand, players no longer channel on the Titan console to view the code. So Aaron was our dedicated Hildebrand man who would sit on the console. And what are you waving your hands in the air as you read them off to us?
Yeah, well, you just do the channeling thing. So for Growlina, she gets her left one next to her temple, and her right one is wildly wiggling in front of her. So no longer does she need to do that in front of a Titan console.
Oh, I never realized this because you were always our dedicated person that, like, shot called this, but, like, you had to actually channel to see where we all needed to go?
Yeah, if I was to move, if Hilbrand put a puddle under me, I would lose sight of what was what.
So naturally, because it's entering the Mythic Plus pool, this has to change, because if you get Quaking, what the fuck are you going to do? It's going to interrupt your channeling, and you can't do anything.
Oh no, I am Hilbrand channel locked now.
So now instead, when you click the Titan console, you gain a debuff named Titanic Insight. Titanic Insight allows the player to see signs on the Titan console for 15 seconds, but now you can move and engage during the stage. And it can only be accessed by a single player every 15 seconds. So if Aaron forgets what his code was, somebody else can go up there and click it and just say, like, oh yeah, go there.
But, like, it says that it lasts for 15 seconds, right? So, like, Aaron would just click it, see what everything is, can move DPS, and tell us where to go, right?
Correct. It's a way better system that will fit Mythic Plus so much better. And that's great, because now Aaron can help. Because we had times before where someone was dead, and then one of us had to run it, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll run two, I'm barely gonna make it. Like, fuck me. Thing is, Aaron, will you be up for both shot calling and moving these little symbols?
Of course, because my movement is hardly moving. It's just shimmering. If you want me to step on my feeties, goodbye. I'm going to head out the door. And then also, as a fire mage, I'm just a turret anyway, so I'll just be like, okay, these are the four things, and then blorp next to whatever one is closest to me. It's like, there you go. I've did my part.
Perhaps one of the most exciting changes, I think, is coming into Torghast. 4 new challenging layers have been introduced. We knew that. A new game mode, Super Jailer Racing, run through a series of increasingly challenging encounters.
You're not gonna trick us with that again. I just listened to that one today. That was only like 2 months ago, and I got really hurt. But my heart is made of stone now.
I'm starting an official petition to remove Slidewhistle from this podcast over this.
Super Jailer Racing!
I will not be re-downloading Mario Kart music for this joke. I will be shutting it down now.
You have to. Race across 8 floors per layer, and 8 layers total to earn unique rewards, including Peach's parasol and Mario's overalls.
We don't got any Wario merch up in here.
No, bitch, Wario's dead.
Do you know that Daisy is not allowed to exist in Europe?
What do you mean?
Why?
I don't know, but like they have a bunch of Mario merchandise, and whenever it goes to Europe, it's all the same except if it features Daisy, she is edited out.
Because she's too tomboyish, and like, our girls need to be girly over here.
I feel like Europe wouldn't be against a tomboy, right? I don't know.
I don't know if she's too tomboy, if nowadays she's too tan. Fun fact, she's the only Mario woman with teeth. No one else has teeth in their model except for her.
We gotta rewind back to WoW, because I was casually scrolling through this. What is this? Mechagon Peacekeeper, Rusty Mechanocrawler, and Scrap Forge Mecha Spider can now soar into the sky with their unique flying animation.
Okay, wait, hold up. Are those all spiders? Is that what this is?
I thought Mechagon Peacekeeper was a flying one, but the other two are the little 4-legged spider mounts for Mechagon. What they can fly now?
Okay, this is distinctly related because they announced in like one of the early like 9.2 trailer thingies that the spider that you get in Zareth Mortis will be able to fly. So I feel like they're like, now we're just going to allow all of the spiders to fly, probably.
Yeah, that's my big thing. Yeah, Mechagon Peacekeeper is just the gold version of that 4-legged mount. So yeah, it must just be when they turned on spider flying, it's like, well, damn, we got to do it for them all now.
Also, excuse me, walk it back. The new AOTC mount is not a spider. It's carcinogerized, which means crab-like. So I watch, whenever I play games, I will play a Spotify playlist and watch a YouTube video of like history or sciences. Carcinogenation is when there's been like, I think 12 to 18 species that are not crabs, but they evolve their bodies over thousands of years to become crab-like. It's a theory that crabs' bodies are one of the most optimal species for evolution and survival. So when it's carcinogerized, whatever the word is, that means crab-like, not spider-like. Thank you very much.
All I'm hearing is that Lady Ashvane was like on her way to hot perfection, baby.
Oh man.
She read up. She too got high and watched a lot of episodes of How the Earth Was Made and said, "Oh my god, they're on some shit. You gotta turn me into a big crab." And it was like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but hell yeah, sister.
I'm a snip ya. I love that when I Google carcinization, the 3 top related questions people also ask: will humans evolve into crabs? Why does this happen? Will lobsters evolve into crabs? Dude, if we evolve into crabs and become crab people, that'd be dope as fuck. Sign me up.
Look like crabs, talk like people.
I was gonna say it, but you covered it. Anyways, if like that crab-esque mount can fly, I am now officially adding my list of demands to Ian Hazuko. Like, fix the Borellus ring first and foremost, but also you need to additionally make the Nazjatar crab a flying mount.
Yo, make my boy fly. Make him dig through the air. This is bullshit. So what, he's not a robot? Does that make him any less of a crab? No,
that crab mount has already ascended to his best form, so why can he not fly?
Let him surf
I want
on
him
waves.
to pull in his legs and his arms and shoot little fire jets out of them like he's Gamera in the old Godzilla films.
Yes.
And just spin around. You know, wait, doesn't Yoshi or Master Roshi, doesn't he have a thing that does that too?
I thought you were gonna say Yoshimitsu. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck Yoshimitsu does other than his pogo
Yeah,
samurai sword.
Yoshimitsu does fly, but he does it by spinning his flag. And well, if it's Soul Calibur, it's his flag. If it's Tekken, it's just his sword.
Yoshimitsu. I don't think Master Roshi
If you played
has
as
a move.
Yoshimitsu in Tekken, we have problems.
Well, we're gonna have problems.
I'm gonna fight you.
We have problems. I love Yoshimitsu. I love him wherever he is. He's so dirty.
I think just the doofle heads that I used to hang out with loved Yoshimitsu because like he has a sword in this punch game. And I'm like, he doesn't use it.
I know. Whenever I play as him, I always do that bullshit pogo stick sword attack, and that's all I'll do. And I'll kill you. And I'll fucking kill you by spamming it over and over again.
It's all about Brian Fury. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, I think it's about that time in the episode, boys. And I'm talking about the time that we head on into our sexiest NPC of the week, baby. This week, we're naming the aforementioned Hillbrand.
The master of the runes.
Let me tell you.
And I can tell you. I'm going to tell
no,
you.
You tell him.
When it comes to lovers, there's nothing better than a well-sculpted man. And you can't get better well-sculpted than a man who's literally made out of rocks and stones and boulders.
Let me tell you, I only want Hillbrand when he's in hard mode.
When he brings
Shut
an extra
up.
guy to the party. Because that's all his hard mode is. It's just there's 3 guys now.
Wait, is he a swinger? He's a swinger. He's bringing his own dudes on in. Like, hey, hang out with these guys, why don't you? Huh?
Ooh, yeah, he attracts you in, just him. And then when you're really feeling it, he's like, I have 3 others. There's 3 dudes who just live at my bungalow.
Even if he's not, like, technically a swinger, like, I will say he very obviously, and part of his mechanics, provides us with mixed signals. And, like, let me just personally say that, like, I always fall for that shit. Whenever somebody's, like, throwing up those red flags and mixed signals, I'm like, yeah, baby, let's go.
You're over there dancing, moving, and grooving, and you're making an H. And then you go next to him, and he goes like, oh, I'm doing fish right now. And you're like, oh, man, I wish I knew.
Oh, beans. Okay, this recommended path for Hillbrand trash is literally a penis. Aaron, I'm copying this image and I'm sending it to the host chat. Please, please look at this right now.
Wait, so this is for his 3 guys, right? Oh my god.
No. So this is the trash leading up to the boss of Hillbrand. It literally is an erect penis that has, like, a curve and it's tilting upward, which, like, honestly, that could hit the G-spot. Let's go, baby.
That is a curved for their pleasure. Little balls, but big shaft.
Little balls?
wee-wee.
You think those are little balls? Those are some humongous gonads. Look how big those are. Don't worry.
I guess.
Guys, we're going to tweet this. Like, scale-wise, the ball is literally the tip and then some. Like, it's pretty big.
However, and I don't want to yuck anyone's yum, but I just do need to bring this up. A big part of the Hillbrand boss fight is he will stand above you, raise his hands, and coat the floor with some yellow stuff.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. All right, you're right. I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum. You're right.
Do you?
I feel like we're...
For anyone out there, Hillbrand might be into water play.
I mean, I feel like this section brings the worst out of this podcast, and we've said some very questionable things during this segment, and I feel like you can add this to the list, DN Army. Hillbrand is into the water sports. Take that as it is. Some people will find that sexy. I personally do not, but I also find enough other things about him sexy to give him this award.
I am going to give him props to his sexual exploration and say, if that's what you're into, that's fine. Just keep it over there. Don't pee on me. And we're Gucci, and that's great for you, Hillbrand. He has other people coming in. He's peeing on everybody. What a dude. He's so free.
I mean, and from the player's perspective, that's the ideal, right? Because like we dodge the P because like we don't want to get hit by it or we'll die. So like he also summons in his friends and like they can be peed on and not take damage. So like I mean like I think it's a win-win for him.
Hilbrand's got so many great qualities to him. I'll let the other guys get peed on. and then there's just one day as they're getting sprinkled and it's like, immunization. Why are you never face first in the pee?
And I'm like, Hilbrand, that's not me, homie.
I respect that.
You've got more than enough drips for your 3 boys. I'll come back later. After you've had your sanitation.
No, I mean, like, seriously, there's enough drip. It covers the whole room.
Damn, Hilbrand, you may very, very well be the sexiest NPC of the year. We'll see. The evidence is mounting for you, my dude.
I also just want to throw this in at the end. Like, he has a helmet. It has 2 very curved, spiky horns. That's hot.
Have a seat, everybody. Want room for 2.
At least. I mean, his shoulders also have a bunch of horns and spikes. So
room
like,
for 8. Oh my god, 8?
Did you say runes?
Rune for 8.
And with that, Hilbrand, you are our sexiest NPC of the week. We will channel your award over you while we still can, because, you know, it's going to end soon. And now it's time for our top 2, bottom boot, medium moot. I'm going to go first.
What you want?
If you're in our Discord, you already know what it is. You can join that by going to donotRelent.com, which takes you right to our Discord. donotRelent.com. I posted there earlier that I am now an orc slayer. I've killed enough orcs in Ashran to, I guess 500 orcs is what I've killed. Because a minute I hit 500, I'm like, quit game. I'm out of here immediately.
I mean, I would too. Are you going for another one somehow between this time and when you need to start doing like 9.2 things, or?
Yep, I am. I am going for Slayer of Sindorai because I think it's probably the most achievable. I've realized every single horde demon hunter has to be a blood elf, and demon hunters are popular in PvP because they're fucking fun and they're really good at their job. And so I did it, and I've gotten like 50 kills in one game of a blood elf, and I'm like, this is literally double the amount of orcs that exist normally. I was getting 25 orc kills a game, now I'm getting 50 kills a game. Okay, so worth it to do this. And I'm still kind of pressed that this patch is coming so soon, because I want to get all the other ones. I want to get all the other achievements.
I mean, we called this. Like, we said that, like, as soon as we collectively decide that there's something we want to do in the old content, then Ian Hazuko himself would be like, we need to push the button. It is time for patch 9.2 to be announced.
I just want them all. I was sitting there and I was like, okay, so the Butcher for Tauren is really fucking good. Cinder's Slayer... Sorry, it's actually Slayer of the Sinderai, which that changes it, right? Because Sinderai Slayer sounds like way cooler, but Slayer of the Sinderai...
I like specifically Slayer of the Sinderai because it is meaner.
Is there a comma, or is it just like Growlina Slayer of the Sinderai?
So each one is different. So Orc Slayer goes in front of my name, but I do believe Slayer of the Sinderai goes after your name, and they all change like that so they sound better. So then I was like, wait, well, I'll be Slidewhistle, Slayer of the Sinderai, because it probably won't be Slayer of the Sinderai Slidewhistle, but even if it is, this sounds fine still.
I can confirm it is after your name, and there's a comma.
Oh, yes!
Okay, quick question, guys. What do you think the rarest one for Alliance to try to get is?
Killer of Kazan, I would assume.
The answer is actually Huljin's Fall, the panda one.
Because there's not a lot of them over there.
From what I was reading, and this is when it was current, I think, 3 months was the estimate of spamming Ashran to get it. Because you don't kill a lot of pandas. You probably get like 2 a game.
Wait, so is that saying that like most Pandera in our alliance, or there's just not a lot of panda.
I just don't think there's a lot of pandas.
There's not a lot of pandas compared to everybody else. There's more goblins and pandas, I'm pretty sure.
Oh man, I mean, as a former Pandaren main and a possible future Pandaren main.
If the killing the Alliance Pandaren one isn't Tushy Wiper, I'm gonna be very upset.
I'll check that during Immunes TTVBMM.
Okay, I have a collective medium moot here. It's a few things that I need to say. Okay, so first off, my first part of this medium moot is that, as I aforementioned, I have casually been working towards some Ember Court achievements. I want Party Herald eventually. And then I realized, upon talking with Aaron, that so much of it is RNG, and I've been slacking on the Ember Court in general, which sucks. But, this is going to be quite the slog, and I don't know if it's worth it, but I'm still gonna try to go for it. So that's the first part of this. And the second part of it is, I don't know how to feel about it, so I'm going to call it a medium moot. Currently, we had a guild meeting this week where we were talking about our raid teams and who's showing up for this upcoming raid tier. And I said, obviously that, I would, heal on Immunization or DPS on Metalloid, my hunter, depending on what our group has the need for. And we thought that there might be an excess of healers. A few people are not able to show up. It's what I don't care personally what happens. And Lynn, our main tank, also kind of wants to get off of tanking, because he's been tanking in the raid sphere since, I believe, BFA, which is a while now. So I don't blame him. I've been healing since... I love healing, though, so I don't really care one way or another. And I know I have said that, I would want to switch things up, and I feel like me switching things up has been running keys as my hunter. So, I perfectly would be fine main healing going forward. But either way, I know that, I don't know, Slidewhistle, you said that you were possibly throwing your hat into tanking.
I'm currently debating tanking for a couple of reasons. We're going to be raiding with Doctor Jobs, and I'm like, okay, so that's another opportunity for me to have a secondary character. But I'm like, if I bring my Feral Druid, Doctor Jobs, I can bring whatever I wanted to competently to Uno Mas. So I'm like, I could do blood DK tanking. However, historically, I'm pretty bad at that. I usually default into Unholy DPS. So I'm kind of playing around with the idea of bringing my Paladin, my OG character, to Protection Pally tank. However, tanking is scary. I don't do it.
Yeah,
so
it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Because I know from the get-go, I will be the cause of at least 20 wipes, because I don't know how to mitigate properly, because this is new to me. And I really hate that feeling of this is my fault. I'm the reason why we're fucking up. You know what I mean?
Also, knowing that if you go tank, then Lynn said that he would go healer, which means that I would officially go DPS, and I couldn't pocket you to make sure that we make up for any possible minor fuck-ups that could cause you to die.
Which is kind of it's weird, because me tanking would mean that two of you would get to play what you want to play. And overall, I think I probably might end up tanking, because I don't want Lynn to get burned out. If Lynn gets burned out playing a role he doesn't want to play, we're fucked. We're never going to have an organized two-man raid, because none of us are competent enough to raid lead. I want to get drunk, I want to get high during raid and just zone out and hit stuff. And tanking is not really conducive to that environment, you know what I mean? But if I don't, we might not have a tank at all who's a raid lead, because he'd be like, I'm tired of doing this shit, get me out of here.
So basically, overall, this is my medium mood of amalgamation of things that I don't really know how to feel about currently. I guess we'll see how it all shakes out. I know that when the patch officially drops, people come back and we shake out our teams and officially figure out what the comps will be. So in the coming weeks, we'll see. I just basically don't know how I feel knowing that I might, in our guild, officially be a DPS main in the raid, which feels very weird to me. But I guess I kind of asked for it, which is fine. I mean, I'll be fine. I just don't know how to feel about it, and that's why it's a medium moot, I guess.
It's different. Yeah, it's different.
But yeah, Aaron, what you got this
was
week?
Was that a fucking I'm different reference?
Yeah. It was.
I was like, that motherfucker. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different.
Pop up to the something with my ceiling missing? I don't know exactly.
Well,
but yeah, Aaron, what you got?
I am going to, I thought it was a medium moot, but thinking about it more, it is officially a top 2. So, being bored, I entered Korthia in war mode for the first time in like 12 ever.
Hey, kill him.
And decided to do against overwhelming odds. And I check it in Korthia, and there's nothing. There's no ongoing mission. So I'm like, oh, that's weird. Well, I'll set one up. The entire time I was there, like 30, 40 minutes or whatever, no one ever joined my group. So I was like, dang, people really don't want to do it. But I did see, when we were in Korthia, they have reinstated no one is fighting like all around the map. Now there is a fight in like the 5 feet away from the sanctuary area, and everyone just kind of eternally scraps there. It's like Venari's cave, but a little wider.
So is this right by Croak then? Like the first boss you see when you go down from the sanctuary?
It is closer to sort of like the road to Desmataran. It's near the sanctuary, sort of where the infamous anima cart spawns.
Gotcha, okay.
But it's just like you walk back and forth trying to do goofball shit. Every so often someone will get too full of piss and vinegar, and they'll take like 3 steps out, and then immediately they get lightning lassoed, grabbed in, and we all just destroy them. And it was fun because we were the aggressors, so it's not like the horde could back up and fight us. It was just them trying to mean mug sneak past us, and we're just like, oh, it's not gonna work like that.
Honestly, I love that for you, and I love that for the Alliance. I like, if whatever possibility of possibly war mode ending happens in the future, I'm going to be really sad to miss moments like this.
And it was just nice. We were really holding it down. The only time we ever had a hiccup was there was one marksman hunter who managed to find a specific rock next to Lady Vosh, where if you stand and clip yourself onto it, you can attack people below you. So he was like marksman one-shotting people who were like, we can't get to him. He's in the safe zone. And it's like, he's just out of it.
As a future hunter main, I apologize for the shenanigans that hunter mains employ.
So eventually I just passive-aggressively stood next to him, and it was like in like the pixel where he was standing. And I was like, well, if you stay here, I'm just going to beat you up. And then he stopped doing it. But it was fun. I don't know if I'll go into Zereth Mortis in war mode, but I'll consider it.
I mean, if you're considering it, I want to fight people. Listen, if we're going to be all buddy-buddy soon, we might as well get our licks in while we still can, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to whoop who I can. I just remembered coming out of a fresh level 60. And coming out of invisibility and convoking them to fucking death immediately. Ugh. Getting whispered, wow, you really convoked a level fresh 60? Yeah, I did. Because you're in war mode and you have the advantage, bitch. This is your disadvantage. Me killing you.
Excuse me, fresh level 60. We are the ones that are against the overwhelming odds, and that includes you.
I hate to say it, it's a little unfair, but you are the overwhelming odds at the moment, so get wrecked.
Get owned. Pwned.
Epic win.
Winning.
But this podcast, with all of its jokes, including those epic winners you just heard, were brought to you by these lovely people. We're talking about friend of the pod, Tajurla, fourth host of the podcast, Joe Monkey, Ahoy Vince, a.k.a. Nathanos, killed himself to see Sylvanas, so she didn't even pick up the phone, Vanderlyle, please don't right-click and save my shout-out, NSYNC, Drag Race, Crucifix, Saracen Hawk, Adorno, who didn't give me an extra thing to say this week, Gershom, check out Thrall's Balls, and Will, a.k.a. Tyre, Trade Chat's Fallen Father.
If you want to join our patrons, you can join patreon.com/do not relent and get our bonus episodes. We have 3 so far.
Yeah, so if you join our top 2 tier, you get access to all of our bonus episodes.
Check it out for a month. If you hate it, just leave. We don't care. You can leave whenever you like. It's whatever. And with that, we're out of here. You can follow us on Twitter at Do Not Relent Pod. You can send us an email at donotrelenttpod@gmail.com. You can send me a personal email at navarracoffin@gmail.com. Or follow me on Twitch when I ever stream again at Slidewhistle at Twitch. What about you guys? Where can I find you on the internet?
You can find me, Alex, or Immunization on Twitter at New Era Alex, or you could follow our podcast Instagram account on the gram at Do Not Relent. I stream less than occasionally on Twitch at Immunization DNR.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at thebigacheesy on twitter.com. You can read our literary musings at donotRelent.livejournal.com. And you can see me do some fun, silly shenanigans at twitch.tv/AaronDNR.
See ya, banana heads. And remember...
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.